Hello guys, how are you doing? It's your homeboy Guy. New video, new guest, but the concept is still the same. We are trying to share knowledge. We are trying to bring people here who have some knowledge about the Philippines, and not the Philippines actually. I'm even thinking to start getting people having a knowledge about the world, right? So that wherever you are in this world, you can get some advice, or hopefully this video will just help you. Maybe you're planning to travel or go somewhere. So don't forget, before everything, keep liking, keep subscribing. Road to the 1K. Let's go straight to the point now. I have a solid one today, and I'm going to introduce myself right now. But before everything, what language do you speak? I mean, aside of English, that I know that you speak English.
Yeah.
Is there other language aside of English? Like, I don't know, Chinese or Spanish?
Contilan Tagalog.
Okay, it's Tagalog, okay.
Contilan Tagalog, Spanish, English, some Chinese, and Dutch.
So, Spanish, you're fluent in Spanish?
Yeah, that's my native language.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, we missed the formality. So, by the way, can you introduce yourself for those who are watching the video, like your name and maybe, like a little bit about when you arrive in the Philippines and things like that? Just quick,
sure. Yeah, hi, my name is Merly. I've been in the Philippines for 10 years. I'm from Venezuela, that's why I can speak Spanish. It's my native language. And I came here because of a job offer, and I accepted it, and yeah, long story short.
Okay, job offer, that's already interesting. First, how do you say welcome in Spanish?
Bienvenidos.
Oh, that's like French.
Oh, but welcome like you're welcome?
No, like I want to say people like welcome to my channel, something like that.
Bienvenidos a mi canal.
Bienvenido a mi canal. And
Yes.
Good morning is
Buenos días.
alright. Buenos días, bienvenido a mi canal. Bonjour Melon, ici Philippines. I just want to show that one.
Yes.
Okay, so
Good.
okay, let's go straight to the point. I hear some interesting fact here.
Okay.
You say you came in the Philippines, work invitation. Where are you from, by the way?
Venezuela.
Venezuela. That's Latino.
South America, yeah.
South America.
Latin America, yeah.
Latin America. Okay, so you speak Spanish. So you say you came here. Did you receive the invitation while you were still out of the Philippines, or you came in the Philippines and then
Try my luck. No.
Okay.
Actually, it was a company. I was working in a company in Venezuela, and they had this project to bring people to the Philippines to establish, their service office or BPO, whatever you want to
like
call
customer
it.
service.
Customer service, and they brought another department, finance department, and they asked me if I wanted to join and help to settle to be part of the new team here that was transferred from my country to the Philippines.
Oh, so okay, so let's say you didn't arrive to the Philippines and start looking for a job in the Philippines here.
No, I arrived with a job already.
So are you still with the same company right now, or
No.
you have switched already?
I changed.
You have changed the company already. So okay, going back 10 years ago, that's like what, 2010?
14.
2014, sorry, 2010 is like more than. Okay, 2014. How was the idea when you hear about the Philippines? You have any experience about the Philippines? You have did some research about the Philippines when you hear that your company was about to transfer here in the Philippines?
I didn't.
Were you hyped by the idea that, oh wow, that's the Philippines?
I was hyped, but not because I knew about the Philippines. I did have no idea. It's not common that in my country we speak about Asian countries in general. To be honest, there's a lot of misinformation or no information at all.
Yeah, same with mine.
Yes, but I came here, and then once I got the job offer, I didn't research about anything. I said, let me see. I mean, like, let's try and see how it goes. I didn't want to research or have some bias and come with some ideas that might be wrong.
I'm just going to discover everything by myself.
Yes.
Okay. So arriving in the airport, what was the first? what was the spread? I mean, were you able already to speak? Because personally, me, I speak French as first language, so I did learn how to speak English here in the Philippines. When I entered the Philippines, I wasn't even saying barely good morning in English.
Okay.
So yeah, it was a bit challenging learning to speak here while you're not speaking. So when you arrived in the Philippines, were you already fluent in English? Everything was already smooth like now, or?
Yes. I was already fluent. I learned English by myself when I was young, self-learned. And then I've been working with international companies, so it was easy for me to communicate.
So from Venezuela, you were already interested to learn English without it, because you said they speak English, they speak Spanish, but you by yourself you decided still in Venezuela, I want to learn how to speak English and stuff like that.
Yeah, because I knew that English is common language in the world. Yeah.
Oh, so there's a lot of people like you speaking English in Venezuela?
No, it's not common.
Also, you were already special there.
Maybe.
Okay. So, arriving in the Philippines still, my question is still there. How was the first impression? Like airport, people, like, I mean, from moving to Venezuela to the Philippines, and then now you see it by yourself. First impression. Or maybe, I don't know, first experience, something that you have witnessed as your arrival. Like, wow, this is...
Well, the very first impression was quite shocking because it was very busy.
It was what?
Busy. Like
okay, busy.
Hectic, many people going back and forth. And then the airport at my country is, I don't know, 20 times smaller. So that was my first impression. But I liked it because I like when things are hectic because I think I can easily navigate. Yeah.
The Venezuela people, there is more people in Venezuela. Filipino, I think there are more, like 120 million. Correct me guys if I'm wrong, but I think around 120 million. In Venezuela, the population is more or?
Less, way less. Last time we were around 30 million, the last census.
Oh.
So we are 1/4 of the Philippines in terms of population. In terms of area, we're bigger.
Okay, so that's very similar with my country. We're also like 30 million around that. Okay, you arrived in the Philippines. So the company that you're working with there, were only Venezuelan people, or you were already working with some Filipino in the company here? That once the company arrived here in Manila, was it? By the way, was it in Manila or province that you start working?
No, in Manila.
Directly in Manila.
Yes, in Ortigas.
Ortigas.
Yes.
Okay.
The company had already one of the departments, customer service, was already in the Philippines. They transfer finance department.
Okay.
So I had some exchange with Filipino people before, but only online. They were not physically in my country. They were servicing from here, Manila. Yeah.
Okay. So I can at least say with confidence that the company where you're right now, it's not the company that you came from, but the company where you're right now, how was the application? I mean, maybe I'm not going to, as you can still share why you decide to change the initial company, but I'm more interested on when you decide to apply for the new company where you're right now. Like, what was the motivation? Or maybe you just explore something different? Because that was, I mean, the company where you're right now was already in the Philippines for quite long, right?
Yes.
So what was the motivation behind, okay, I'm decided to move to another company, rather than the Venezuelan one that you were?
Well, this is a personal story. This is really a bit crazy. I tried to start like my own business, so I had, and I thought I had so many opportunities, but I really didn't gauge the market. I really didn't study what's going on or how economy works, so it failed.
Okay.
And I already resigned from the company that brought me here.
So you were relying on that business?
Yeah, I was relying on this will work, and then I will just, I'm kind of, want to change my life or my path, and it didn't work. So I applied to this company, and the first time they say thank you but no, because they were not looking for Spanish speakers. Spanish speakers. And second try they called me, I was already working in another company. So I say no thank you because I have my job now.
It was your time to say no.
And then that company did like they restructure the staff.
Yeah.
And I had to go third time and ask this current company, can you take me back? And
so it's the company that you say no first that you went back again and say, okay, can you take me back now?
Another one.
Another one.
Yes.
So the one that you're working right now is just the first time that you have applied there, they say yes.
Yeah.
It wasn't
I mean, this one that I'm currently working right now was my third try. Yeah.
We sometimes ask some question that are a bit uncomfortable, but you have a joker to say pass.
Okay.
If any Venezuelan come here and want to do like the business that you were doing, what's the tips? I mean, what business was that first?
Pass. No, I'm kidding. No.
Okay, so if you want to know the business that you are doing, you will contact her privately. She will give you tips, because if she says she failed to a business, it's good for you guys to know what business she failed to, right?
Yes.
And then maybe to learn from experience while her business did not work. Maybe there are some guys who want to do the same business, but they just don't know that Merly was already doing that and she has some experience. So
True. Yeah.
she said pass, so we're going to pass for.
No, it's a joke. I can talk about.
Okay, guys, go. We want to hear about it. We're gonna do better by your tips. Yeah.
I had this. I don't know. I think it's quite common here that people want to venture in food business.
Okay.
But I didn't really maybe balance all the things that I needed, because of course I wanted to do traditional food from my country, and then sourcing materials and everything was very difficult. And that failed.
Like even the product,
Yes.
like coming from the Venezuela, right?
Yes.
Some herbs, like ingredient and stuff like that.
Yes, and when I did the balance of profit versus investment and how much will be my profit, it was not
really well.
math wasn't mathing.
Oh, so you were trying to open like a sort of Venezuelan restaurant here, like a typical Venezuelan food and stuff like that. Oh, I see. But is there Venezuelan restaurant in the Philippines? Since you were not able to make it, is there some Venezuelan, like if I want to eat typical Venezuelan food?
Well, restaurant, no. But there was a food stall before from friends of mine. Maybe some people watching the channel or subscribe already know it.
Yeah.
It's called Tepuy.
Tepuy.
Yes, they were before. They were located in Greenfield. They are currently closed, but I think they will be back on business soon. But like a restaurant, no. This is just a food stall, but it's delicious.
Ooh, so
I mean, free marketing.
So how do you do? Okay, so how do you do when you want to eat Venezuelan food?
Nah, you have to order within, like, find Latino communities online, and then they can deliver, because they are, and they're cooking, but on their house, you know, mostly informal.
Oh, I see. But that means if somebody really able to make a Venezuelan stuff here, he might be like the boss, because there's actually no restaurant, right?
Yes.
So if really somebody is able to make it, maybe we should try it a second time again. Who knows?
Yeah, never know.
Since there is no, I'm sure there's Venezuelan in the Philippines, so maybe more. Venezuelan food. What's the specialty of Venezuela? Maybe I'm getting idea for my own Venezuelan restaurant.
Yes.
What's your specialty there? Like?
It's called arepa.
Arepo?
Yeah, arepa.
Arepa.
Yeah, AREPA, arepa.
Arepa. So can you describe like what type of?
Yeah, that's the difficult part, because it's a corn-based flour, and then you prepare like a dough with this. You made
prepare what?
A dough, like
a
mass. No, dough.
Ah, okay.
Like a mass. Like a mix. You prepare a mix with this, then you make it round and flat, and then you open it and stuff salty foods inside. I mean, salty proteins like eggs, cheese, beef, whatever. Almost anything that's salty you can stuff in it. And it's like what we eat at breakfast, lunch, dinner. Yeah.
But it doesn't seem. I mean, you're talking about egg and some. That's. I mean, you can find some of these ingredients here in the Philippines. Or that's a topao. You call one that's dog. No.
The mix. The dough. Yeah.
That's the one that it's not easy to find in the Philippines.
Yeah, the flour is not easy to find here.
Oh,
you have to either order online, and that's what makes it more expensive.
So it's not going to be. It's going to be. I mean, there is no need to ask if you miss Venezuelan food, because you are not really eating that.
No, yeah, not really. Yes, that's another thing. I adapt very fast. I adapt quite quickly. So, I like it. Venezuelans out there, don't hate me. I like it, but I'm not a dying fan of Venezuelan food, because if I don't have access, why would I make it difficult? So you can easily live
without Venezuelan food. It's fine. I mean, not that intentionally, but if there is no, there is no.
There is no. If there's no, no.
Okay. So what? Give us one food that you cannot live without. Like, oh, I cannot do 2 weeks without eating this.
It might sound.
It can be even Filipino food or any food in the world.
Social or fancy, but it's not. But salmon. If I don't eat
that's
raw salmon sashimi, I feel sick. I feel like my body is not responding.
Wow, that fish.
I love it.
That fish is really pricey, guys. If you doesn't know, those who doesn't know the salmon. No, actually, talking a little bit about the salmon. Most of you already know. My partner is Japanese, and in Japan, fish is something that a lot of people eat fish there. And One of the fish that before I wasn't really eating at all was the salmon, because most of the time that it was exposed to me, I don't know if I will say it was not cooked, but yeah, you know, like a sushi, it was just they put some I don't know how you call that fruit, some vinegar and maybe lemonade on the top, and then that's it. So it's not really cooked, and for me raw food is not really my specialty, but I think I learned how to eat that. And yeah, salmon is also, but it's expensive, guys, so do not have it as your main, as your favorite food, because if it's your favorite, better have tilapia like me. It's for it's for all budget, so you don't have to worry about. So salmon, how about Filipino, because salmon is really not like a typical Filipino food. If I have to ask one Filipino food that you cannot stay, like they say, a week without eating.
Not like a week, but something that I am really, two things that I really love.
Okay.
One is beef caldereta, because I keep it low on pork, so no pork. So beef caldereta,
okay,
and sinigang, shrimp sinigang or chicken sinigang, anything except pork sinigang. Yeah.
Okay, chicken. Do you cook that by yourself, or it's like?
Yeah, I cook. I learned how to cook. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you already know how to cook some Filipino food.
Yeah, sobrang Pinay ako.
Okay, so what's your top 3 Filipino food? You say caldereta,
beef caldereta, sinigang. Wow, the third one.
What will be the third one?
Let's make it not so cliche, because everybody says adobo, everybody says, you know.
No, what is good for you? I mean, if you feel it like it's good for you, it's good for you. I mean, what's the one that you're going to add on the top of
desserts. I'm not into desserts too much, but I like leche flan.
Oh,
because we have something very similar in my country. Actually, it tastes the same, so that's why I like it.
Okay.
If it's considered food, if we can put, you know,
yeah, it's still a food.
It's
go in the mouth, so I will consider it with the food. Okay, so I think on those two, I don't have any one that is really my top favorite, but it's not about me. Okay, okay. I'm going to jump on the topic that is a little bit I don't know. You guys will decide, and she can always press the pass button. We don't. I have a lot of sister. Like, I mean, every girl are my sister, so there's not really like difference. But girl like same color with me and you, that usually comes to the Philippines, and because you say you have spent 10 years, and I want to ask you, like, what's your secret? Because I know a lot of girls even from my country and even from some other country, not even just for like a, if I can say black, but even like white, if I also can put that tag, any kind foreigner sometimes come in the Philippines, and at certain point they feel like, I want to leave, I'm tired, I don't know. What do you think is the secret for you to be able to stay here for 10 years, and I don't think you're planning to leave next year?
No.
So what's your secret? What's your best practice? Like, why the Philippines 10 years? What makes you be okay here? If you can share with some other ladies.
Yeah, sure. I think it's first important to, and this is my personal take, of course. I could be biased, but this is my own experience and what I realize that works. Yeah. So for me, first is to be always respectful, regardless. This is not a Philippine thing. This is anywhere you go in the country, because sometimes some people can have some attitude because, you know, they think like things doesn't work here the way they work in my country, so they kind of have this negative approach, and that will immediately put the person on the defensive side, right? Yeah, that's one thing. So stay positive, stay respectful. And for example, yes, when I got here in Ortigas 10 years ago, I barely saw any foreigners at all. Like no dark skin, light skin, whatever. I didn't. So that time I had people took pictures of me, and it was quite overwhelming. So I was just very, you know, approached the person very politely and
open-minded.
Yeah, and I said, okay, if you want to take a picture, just let me know, but I feel uncomfortable if you just come out of the blue like this. And somewhere I saw or some other ones say, yeah, let's take a picture, and just take it lightly. Take it lightly, because it's not easy. A transition to a new country is never easy, regardless if whatever condition you arrive. Yeah,
and that's something that I agree at 100%. I always say that in all my videos, because that's also one thing that I want to share with some people that are not in the Philippines here. When you are living in the country where you originally live, you understand that there's a different culture, a different way of doing things, right? So just open-minded a little bit, and I think things will flow smoothly. Evidence, you have someone who's 10 years here, and she's very happy as you see that you know, everything's I'm not saying going to say everything is perfect, but she's a proof that you can stay here for several years as long as you wish. All right. 10 years you have been in several sure, I think you have been in several places here in the Philippines, like you know, travel a lot. Philippines is known for the beautiful places that they have.
Okay.
Someone is in the airport, is about to come to the Philippines, and he forget to Google where he can go. Which places can you advise him, like maybe for vacation, like visit this place, visit this beach, visit this? What are your maybe top 2 or top 3 places that you can advise a Venezuelan guy or women about to come to the Philippines?
Good. Can I just go a little bit, give a little bit of context before I answer you?
Oh yeah, of course, of course. We are here for 10 hours. So.
No, I think it's important that you don't get overflown with information, because I believe that the way they portray the Philippines in the documentaries or in social media in general sometimes is not as positive as it's really is being here. So don't overflow yourself with information. Just learn the basics, like okay, how much is the exchange rate of the currency, how much could be a rent, or these kind of things, and that's good. Don't go and check documentaries about situations going south, situations going all over, because you will be paranoid, and it's not. It's really, I believe it's really manageable and relaxed here. That's the pretext, now the context. Now if someone comes here without any idea where to go, I would say try to explore the city before. Please get a gauge of the country in the city before you jump into straight to a province, a beach or something, because I think while you're in the city, seeing how things work,
the temperature,
temperature, you get acclimated, so I would say first stop in the cities that most people, because some people are very worried about safety. So I would say stay in Makati or VGC area if you can, and if not, then I have a trick, which is just go right outside the capital region.
Okay.
Because you have, Makati and VGC are considered a bit upscale, so it's expensive sometimes.
For Mayaman.
Yeah, sobrang mahal. So if you're low on budget, then try just right outside capital region, and the prices change abruptly. Let's say instead of staying in Pasig, which is capital region, Metro Manila, then stay Rizal, which is just right after Pasig, and it's outside the capital region, and already the prices drop, and still you have the city vibe, and they still have access to many things, hospitals, main roads, and everything. So I would suggest Cainta, which is the first one of the first cities you see when you leave the capital region. Cainta, Cavite North, because Cavite is a huge city also.
Yeah, Cavite is big also.
It's a huge region, huge. So let's say north, there's a city called Bacoor, which is nice. And there's one I have one favorite. Maybe I don't know if someone mentioned it, but I want to document it. Nuvali, Laguna.
Nuvali.
Nuvali, yes, in Laguna. Nuvali is a small, I don't know if you can call it compound. But it still has, it's safe, it's very green, it's super organized, it's very sports oriented. So I love it. I love that area.
Okay, that's very nice. And yeah, just to circle back on what you also said about the media and stuff like that, I had a video here where I was talking about the ranking that I read somewhere in the news that they were ranking Manila among the top riskiest city in the world. And me living in Manila, I was really like, wow, where is this coming from? I mean, it's not that it's the safest place in the world, but the riskiest place also. I've been here for like 13 years already, and really, before going to the Philippines and a lot of countries in the world, when you are reading what it's sometimes said about the country, you may just decide to not come, but in fact there are a lot of people there, and it's just a matter of where you are and stay in the right place, and I think things will be quite smooth. How about if someone want to have let's say because definitely in the main city, like you said, it's a good advice. Everywhere in the world, I think main city attract a lot of people and the price go easily high. How about if someone want to have a good, go to the beach and then enjoy the sea? What are your top 2 beaches in the Philippines where you already went to, and then enjoy the water and think that okay, this place could be nice if you want to enjoy the water, the sea, stuff like that?
For me, one is Bohol. It's
Bohol.
Bohol, Panglao.
Yeah.
It has two regions, if I'm not mistaken. The north is Tagbilaran.
Wow, you know the Philippines a lot.
And the south is the Panglao.
I'm impressed.
I like Panglao. It's still it's getting a little bit the party vibe now. It's more more foreigner influence, unlike before. But still it's calm, very calm. It's easy to find accommodation. It's you can rent a motorcycle for 300, 400 pesos a full day.
Ooh.
And go around. They don't even ask you if you have a driver's license, which I find quite unsafe. But I mean, not too. But yes, it's a very nice city. And then if you ride around the whole, I mean, if you circle around the region, you will love it with your motorcycle. This is my top one, and my top two. For the beach, there's an area maybe not so explored, I guess. It's called Polillo Island. It's in an area called Infanta.
I never hear that.
Okay,
I never hear that ever. This is the first time. I will Google that later.
Because most people will say Boracay, and this is something you see also on any TripAdvisor.
I was expecting that.
So if you go to Polillo Island, it's not so developed, so I don't expect resorts or anything, but it's so calm, and it has so many all types of beaches. You can have the one with low tide and dark sand, you have lighter sand, big waves.
Which region is that? I mean, you say which part of?
I really don't know, like, what's the name, but let's say you're in the map, and because I don't know how it will be when you edit.
I mean, you take a flight, I mean, it's like a driving distance, like maybe the Cavite where you can drive, or it's like you need to take a flight.
No, it's driving
because
distance.
Going to like Bohol or let's say Boracay, for example, I know you need to take some flight, connect with the flight, and then stuff like that. That one, can you just drive?
It's drivable distance, and if you take a bus from this is another tip, from Cubao, which is a city here, it will take you 4 hours to get there, and then you will have to hop on a ferry.
We're about to close this video, but I wanted to also help my Venezuelan community, because I know I have some Venezuelan watching here the video here. So when it's come to work, Venezuelan I know you went here in the Philippines because you already got, actually from Venezuela you already had a job, but if a Venezuelan guy come here in the Philippines without any job, is it easy for Venezuelan people, like Spanish speaker, to find a job in the Philippines, from your experience?
From my experience, nowadays it's a bit challenging, because if you don't know this fact, the Philippines was a country that was also a Spaniard colony. Colonized by Spain.
Colonized by Spain. They were ruled by Spanish also.
So for hundreds of years. So it's easy for them to either have some words in Spanish or to learn Spanish and recover this language. So of course the priority will be first local that can speak Spanish over a foreigner that speaks Spanish, because there are some other implications, like legally in terms of processing visas and stuff, they can save or they can avoid with a person from
extra expense. So
it's not so easy. So I will advise that anyone who comes, it's not impossible, of course. Actually, immigration here is way easier than areas like another region, other continents like Europe.
That's right.
So yes,
even in Asia, I think it's
even
also
within Asia, still this is one of the easiest immigration way. I mean, immigration wise, one of the easiest to come. So I will advise to come, but just have a plan B. Let's say if you are specialized in something, then try to also focus on that as soon as you get here. Let's say you're a graphic designer, then try to continue or promote your work all the way here, so you at least have some income and not relying only on finding a job, because it's not that easy nowadays. Because there's also a big community, a big Latino community that from other countries, Colombia, Ecuador, Peru, and so the competition is higher.
It's not only Venezuelan people, but even some people from Spain. I mean, all over the world speak Spanish. I say that because even in French, it's the same thing. Not just my country, but almost every country in the world that speak French, you can find some people also here looking for a job for this kind of stuff. And when it's come to the immigration process, do Venezuela need a visa to enter the Philippines, or is visa on arrival? Or
no, we don't need. We have 30 days.
Okay.
We are free visa. We can enter freely. But as everyone that either they need visa or not. You need to extend your visa before 1 month pass. You extend it and you keep on extending. That's why I say it's quite flexible, the immigration process, since you can keep on living here with tourist visa. And if you have no records or no problems, then up to 36 months, 3 years, you can stay here.
You can just extend.
Keep extending the visa. And yeah, that gives you like a good baseline or time frame to
looking
find
for
a work.
something.
Yeah.
Okay, so if somebody's if the guy, I mean someone from Venezuela is already here, I mean the budget that you need to, let's say I want to survive for, we are not going to say 3 months, I want to survive for a month.
Okay.
So how much can we prepare to decently live in the Philippines, like you are not in the hustle mode, like how much do you think? I mean, maybe you want to share about at least how much is the rent, like approximately how much, and then overall monthly can be enough for someone who's just coming here and then maybe plan to look for another job but still just want to survive with his own income.
Okay, I will try to get to outlooks to this, so because there are different realities, right?
Yeah, but it depends. She needs probably 200,000 pesos monthly, so please divide her number by 2. You can still survive with that. So, or by 3. So you know the girls.
Yeah, girls can be expensive.
Yeah, so
but
divide by 3
or by 6. But if, for example, if you come here, and I will speak in dollars because in my country, even
for
though
a hustler, don't, for really a guy who's like survival mode.
Survival mode. Okay, if you come with survival mode, you can live here for a month with $800. So you can find rent in a nice apartment. It's small, maybe studio. Like I said, in the outskirts of the city, not inside the regional capital, for probably $180 or $200, and the rest will be food, transportation. Actually, if you really stretch and you don't, like you say, really budget, you have really deep budget constraints, $600 can do for a month. But this is quite low budget projection. But if you have you want to live in the capital region, you want to have a let's say I don't know, enroll in the gym, eat food that is imported because you don't get used to Filipino food and all of this, no less than $1,000, no less to make it.
Okay guys, I have a good news for you guys. You can stretch it again even at 400. You eat, calendaria and stuff like that,
noodles.
But no, yeah, just make sure that your safety comes first, and just get prepared to at least eat decently, and safety and everything included. We don't even know about the hospital and all those kind of stuff. So
yeah, exactly. This is without emergencies, without, let's say that you don't have any health issues or anything.
You may want to consider that too. So okay, before to wrap this one, the community, if there's some people from Venezuela, they want to see some other Venezuela guy, and is there a community here, or like a place where maybe sometimes usually Venezuelan people, like a bar, I don't know, maybe a library, whatever. Is there any places that you can recommend to people who just want to meet some other folks?
Like a community itself, we don't have. We have groups in Facebook, we know each other quite well, but like a community, like in some other countries,
maybe like a Chinatown, there is not that kind of stuff.
Yes, or like some African communities, they have a leader that you can go to this person and he can point you in the better direction or something and can help. We don't have that, but you can contact me and I'm open. This is okay, I have no issues at all, but also I can help you to meet other Venezuelans. And to recommend, if you have troubles with the language, English or stuff, and then you need to learn here because something push you or force you to leave the country and come on plan or in a rush, because if that's a common situation in my country, then I will suggest that there's a library called Cervantes, Instituto Cervantes. It's an institute, like it says, and they have a library with Spanish books, books in Spanish, because they teach Spanish as a second language. So it's a place, and then it's for last time I checked, for $15 membership, which is one-time payment. You can borrow the books for free.
Okay.
So you can keep reading at least. It's a nice place, a library, and restaurant. As I said, we don't
It's
have
not really,
yet. But yeah, you can reach out to, or even search on Facebook like Latinos in the Philippines, and also you will find them.
Okay guys, you guys have here, and she said that you can reach out to her. So don't flog me with what's the number. She's gonna post her number by herself on the comment after this video. So if you don't see the number in the comment, that means she was just joking when she was
bluffing.
So I was just joking when she was saying that. So don't think that I'm keeping any number or stuff like that, because I see you coming already. Because I know my people. So okay, so is there anything else that you wanted to share that I didn't ask you, but maybe personally? Hey, by the way, she shared it to me offline. Maybe I'm going to cut it later because she maybe didn't want people to know that, and I'm going to cut it maybe later if she doesn't want. But she told me that she was organizing too for people here in the Philippines, for foreigners visiting the Philippines for the first time. She has a good knowledge about the Philippines, and I can test that. She just gave a name of some places that after 30 years I never been there, I never hear about it. And it come out that she was organizing too, and maybe I think she's still doing that, organizing too for people. So another reason for her to leave her number in the comments, so you guys can reach out directly to her, but not me, because I don't have her contact. I don't have her contact number. So is there anything else that you maybe want to, I don't know, tell to maybe a goodbye, or something that you want to share with the Venezuelan people who are watching, or something that I would have maybe asked but I forgot to ask you before we close this video?
Well, I can say, because my experience mostly, of course, comparing Venezuela with the Philippines, so I would say that here you will be way safer in terms of, although that's why I said don't read news or anything, because comparing this reality with my reality back home, it's way safer to be here. And it's not because I just roam around expensive cities or high-end cities, because as he said, I organize tours. I like to walk alone everywhere. I go in the barangays, which is our smaller regions, smaller parts of the city. I like to go into these places, sometimes by myself, sometimes I bring someone, and so far nothing happened to me. So that's one thing I think it's important to highlight, that having some common sense, of course, then this is overall a very safe place. And one thing that maybe it's a plus, it's something positive, but also can be a downside sometimes, is that Filipino people in general, they are very open. They really trust people from the get-go, and that's something I noticed. And this is nice, because this is the same candor that I have back in my country. Like, if they see you that you need help, they will help you. Okay. But it'll just be on the outlook in the cities, because the life in the city could be more, people are more focused on their own reality and their own problems, and maybe they're not so friendly. But if you go outside in the provinces and it will be amazing. You will love it. Yes. People in the city need to pay bills. Need to pay bills, get transport and everything. So we are focused on making money done. Too much stress. That's it. Okay, so that was a good one. Thank you very much. How do you say in Japanese? Sorry, not in Japanese. How do you say in Venezuela? We call it Venezuelan? No, Spanish. Español. We just say Español. Español, yeah. Okay, so Español. How do you say in Spanish? Oh, in Español. Thank you very much. Muchas gracias. Oh, muchas gracias. Okay, I will ask you to say something in Spanish for me. Say thank you for watching, and please subscribe in Spanish. Español. In Español. Actually, Español is like French. Wow. Yes. Muchas gracias por... Sorry, can thank you. Yeah, you can go back. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe to this video. Simple as that. Muchas gracias por ver nuestro video, por acompañarnos, y por favor, suscríbanse, hagan clic en el botón de abajo. Okay, that's a lot. I'm not sure if it's the same thing that you said, but I hope it's the same thing. Thank you very much, Marilyn. Thank you so much.